we have an update from the Netflix team. This person is stepping into the role of the kind Dalton, a leader as fierce as the wild animal and as powerful as a hurricane. Hear what he has to say on his experiences about bringing Drum Island legend to life in Season 2. I butchered this entire sentence. Look, I yap too much.
Everybody was fully invested.
Everyone was locked in.
Impressive set.
I really enjoyed the Drum Island.
These are cool. These are cool. That's his mask right there. That's his beast form. And that down there, this is Voldemort. This is Voldemort, where like in the final movie. This is Aaron's leg. They're working on whatchamacallit.
Yeah, those set, a lot of detail, a lot of texture. But I would say the most grand set that I was in was Walpole's throne room, which was just huge.
Most impressive character.
I think there might be some bias here.
Walpole and Rob Coletti was just magic.
What will you miss the most?
Really cool people, crew, cast, showrunners. Everybody was fully invested.
What did you learn?
Well, I knew nothing before, so that's a hell of a loss in the last few months.
Imagine just being sucked into the ethos of One Piece, just like that. It must be kind of wild.
What prop are you taking home?
I think I'd like to take all
The mask.
home.
Describe Season 2 in a few words.
Bigger than you'd expect.
Any advice for your character?
Don't stop being kind. Look out for Dalton in Season 2 of One Piece. Everybody was fully...
I think this, by the way, is a interesting showcase of how they're going to be doing characters like this, by the way. Right? It's not gonna be CG, it's gonna be mostly practical by the looks of it. It's just gonna be masks, which could be a pretty good indicator of what Chopper's gonna look like. We talked about Muscle Point. I think it's called Muscle Point, right? Where the one where he becomes a Giga Chad, but not like the Giga Chad. Muscle Point is probably going to be 100% practical then. So that guy who had experience with prosthetics, probably legit. Probably legit. Heavy Point? Heavy Point probably, yeah. That sounds about right. So yeah, it's probably going to be prosthetics, which is cool. Very cool. Imagine how Lucci will look like. Good point. Lucci will also probably just be fully prosthetic. Chopper is the background. You see the mask above Buggy. Shut up. Shut up. Why you have to say, why do you have to say... Which one of these is Chopper? Tell me which one of these two is Chopper. Which one? This Terminator? Or whatever this is? Which one is Chopper? The old man, of course. I've got no idea what these two are, by the way. Like, actually no idea. They must be a part of One Piece, right? Because they're right here, and everything here is One Piece. I don't know what these two are. These are all the fishmen, obviously, right? I don't know what that is. I get that he'd bring the bison mask, but I'd also grab the Denden Mushi. I would probably grab one of these. Like, if I was actually on the Netflix set, I don't think that... Because they wouldn't give you the mask. They wouldn't. Like, no shot they would give you the mask. But I would beg them to give me one of these. I would beg them to just please give me one of these. I'm gonna put it on my shelf. And that's it. How do you get tiny choppers with prosthetics? Kid or Tyrion? I don't know. I don't know. It could be a mix of practical and CG. I think that's the most likely option, where it wouldn't be like an actual person playing it necessarily, but it would still be heavy on CG. But I don't know. The tiny chopper is going to be the hardest one. Like a heavy point, I think that's going to be relatively easy. The actors should get the mask. They should do, but I think they're way too expensive a lot of the time. They got Arlong's mask when he doesn't show back up. That is kind of funny. That is kind of funny that Arlong literally never shows up again, but they just have it now lying around. I know like a lot of people goof around just like yoinking these things, and that's it. But I don't know if you would actually get like, if people would be mad at you for doing that. I just grab one of these. I want to look, what was that? Oh, it's just a painting, I think. This is a painting right here of a big fish. I don't know what this Voldemort thing is down here. Arlong probably has a flashback in the future. I mean, maybe. But we haven't seen that in manga, right? Or live action. Or anime, rather. Who knows? Who knows? Exciting stuff, though. I'm glad they're, like, slowly putting these out all the time. I didn't watch this on stream. Let's watch this on stream, because I didn't talk about this.
Impressive set.
The giant's cave, they used one scaled down. When the giant was inside of it, it looked like he was filling the entire cave. So massive.
Most impressive character.
Monkey D. Luffy himself is a
Based. So unfathomably based. All of these people talk about like the new characters and stuff. This is like, nah. Nah, it's Luffy. It's Luffy.
energy is infectious and he is perfect.
One trait you wish you had.
The ability to control wax. I'm a candle addict. I love candles, and this way I could make all the candles I ever wanted.
Well, isn't that a funny coincidence?
Advice for your character.
Just chill, Mr. Tree. It's all gonna be okay.
Describe Season 2 in 5 words.
Does he know? Does he know?
Exciting, thrilling, hilarious, adventurous, and scary. Get ready, people.
What will you do after filming?
Look at all the cool stuff that I've been able to sneak away from set.
What will you miss the most?
The sense of family. I have my own family here with me, and they're pretty amazing, and it feels like I'm part of the
Oh,
One
that's
Piece
cute.
family when I'm shooting. So thanks for including me, guys.
What prop are you taking home?
My Mr.
This is, by the way, a big thing people don't even think about. Like people often leave. Like Andrew Lincoln left the show because he wasn't near his family all that often. Right? It was literally one of the reasons he left the show. So this is actually like a thing people don't think, oh, this is a big deal. That he could just have like his family right there on set. That's cool.
hair because it's so dynamic, and I think I would look really cool. And anytime I go anywhere and I want to order free things, I could just point at my hair. Look out for me in season 2 of One Piece as Mr. Bree.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. I am very excited for season 2. I'm not gonna lie. We watched all these. We watched all these already.
Chill,
I hope
Mr.
I hope they keep doing more of these. I do. It seems like they're posting like one every 6-7 days or so. So we should have another one like next week at some point. We'll see. We'll see. Do you think there's still a chance that season 2 will come out this year? I think it's insane that that Avatar season 2 will be released before One Piece. It is a bit odd to think that there is a solid chance that Avatar actually comes out before One Piece. However, I think it would be like by the tiniest amount. I don't think the discrepancy between Avatar and One Piece would be that big for one big reason. When Netflix released the 2025 video, Avatar was not on there as a thing they're locked in for 2025, right? Neither Avatar or One Piece are locked in for 2025. So I think there is a chance that Avatar might come out before One Piece, but One Piece would come out like right after that, or vice versa. I don't think there's like a big discrepancy in their production times at this point, based on what we've heard at least. I obviously don't know, but just based on the stuff that's been talked about in interviews. Still can't believe we snatched him for Mr. 3. Yeah, it is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I'm most excited for Sanji cooking the dinosaur meat. I am very much looking forward to Logtown. I just want Logtown. I think out of all of season 2, I mean, I would want to say that I'm more excited for Drum Island, but I'm worried about Drum Island. I am extremely excited about Drum Island, but I'm worried about Drum Island. I think Logtown will just be like peak One Piece. Like, I think all of Logtown will just be like exactly what you imagine when you think of a pirate story, and of just like the most One Piece thing ever. I am expecting the Logtown episode to go unfathomably hard. Netflix is the dumbest coming next month. Maybe we'll have more news. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be watching the Tadam live because it happens like in the middle of the night for me. But if there is big news, obviously I'll be here to talk about it. Of course, of course. I'll be here to report all about it. All about it. I'm excited to see the buggy scene in Logtown. I am excited just for everything Logtown. Logtown is such a cool moment of like a pause. And I mean, again, there's a reason why it's called the prologue and the epilogue, right? It just works so well as this sort of liminal space. Is great. We still haven't seen Whoop Slap. I hope they'll correct this gaping mistake in season 2. I'm just happy that they keep posting this stuff. It's a small thing that is like there's like posting these videos, it must be like what, like 10 minutes of your time, but it's such like a good it's a show of good faith essentially, right? That you still have trust in this series and that is still all according to plan. Whereas with, again, we talked about this before, the Avatar movie, like, it's insane how mixed the messaging is around it. Yeah, if they cut the Luffy climbing the mountain scene, that would be extremely sad. I think that is like, I don't think they can cut it. Because I think Nami falling sick and Luffy immediately dropping the wacky goofy thing and going like dead serious and then like climbing the mountain. I think that is a very, very important point of contrast for Luffy. And I think we need to see that. Like realistically, I don't see them cutting that. Because like the Nami falling sick plotline, that's actually very important for Luffy's character. It's Miss Golden Week. A small little figure of Miss Golden Week right here. Teal just breaking it down, I guess. Yeah, there it is. Buggy behind her. I'm pretty sure this is Zoro right here. Pretty sure that's Zoro. The buggy behind her does look very cursed, though.